Sister and brother surfers of the binary ocean, what's up? In this video, we're going to start our if-else conditional logic, and I had to think through this. I actually rewrote the program 3 times. I made probably 20 iterations just in writing, and then I have a whole bunch of pages here of tests that I was doing, and just trial and error, figuring things out, I think I came up with a fairly elegant and also easy to understand way of doing this. It's just a complex thing. It's just complex. I think that's just the nature of it with this if-else. But I think I made it as simple as possible, without spending way too much time on it. I spent a lot of time thinking about this. So let's jump in. We're going to make a global variable here at the very top of our code first, and that is going to be control flow stack. It's going to be an array of booleans, and we're going to initialize that to just an empty array. Then we're going to scroll down to our process input function. At the very top, we are going to add a variable current nest is readable. That's going to be a boolean, and we're going to initialize that to true. And then in our for loop here at the very top, we want to put if let x equal control flow stack dot last, then current nest is readable equals x. So if we can get the top value from our control flow stack, then we want to assign that to x, and then we're gonna assign that to current nest is readable. So that's, if it's true, then the current nest is readable. If it's false, then we don't want to read anything. So now we need to use that current nest is readable. So we have if current nest is readable, and we make a closure here. And inside this first closure, we're going to put everything in our if here that starts with if compile flag equals true. And then, so there's the else if compile flag is true and comment flag is true. And then we have our else with our dictionary stuff in it. And we want to go all the way down until 2 above this return 1. Two closures above. So we're leaving 1 closure above return 1, and we're cutting the rest, and we're going to paste that in this if current nest is readable closure. So return, and then a closure above that, and then a closure above that. We want else. And let's just save that and make sure the closures are in the right spots here. Yeah, okay, we're good. We would get all kinds of errors if they weren't, so. Okay, so then for our else, this means it's not readable. So we don't want to read anything in this dictionary. But there are a couple things we still want to read, because the 3 keywords, if, else, and then, have the ability to shift whether we're in, current stack is readable mode, or whether that's true or false. So if we're not reading anything, we still want to be able to get out of that not reading anything mode and go back into read stuff mode. And we do that with our if, else, and then. So first, let's make sure the comment flag equals false so that we're not picking up comments. And then we'll go if input equals if. Then we want to run our if function, which will be if. And then else if input equals else. Then we want to run our else function, which we're going to call it if else. Else if input equals then. Guess what that'll be called? If then. Else if, and then these are just convenience kind of things here. By, it's so that we can, if we're in the middle of an if, we can type in, enter in by and just get out of the program. And else if input equals show, and once again, just a convenience thing so that we can print the integer stack and see what's on the stack while we're in, don't read mode, basically. Okay, so now we're all set up. That was a hard chunk there, getting that set up. So let's go down to the very bottom of our program. I think we'll just wrap up the video by just adding the function declarations here. We're not going to put anything in the functions yet because that'll take some time. We'll have function if, we'll have function if else, and we'll have function if then. And we will, put stuff in these functions, and once those are all set, then our if else stuff will be working. Actually, no, sorry, we got to go back up to our dictionary. Under ROT, the rotate function, we need to also look for if, else, and then. So if input equals if, once again, we just want to run that if function. Else, if input equals else, then we want to run our if else function. Else, if input equals then, if then, and then we have our start compile. Yep, so we're good. So that'll be it for this one. Let's just make sure our program runs. Yeah, it's good. If stuff isn't going to do anything right now, it just runs that if function, which is, just an empty function right now. So that's it. In the next video, we will start working. We'll, fill out our if function and see how far we get. Maybe we'll do the other two as well, or just another one. Just depends on the time. So thanks for watching, and peace out.